Hi guys, today I'm going to be doing a Sims 3 unpopular opinion video. I've seen so many other people do these. I know Plumbella did a really good one for Sims 4 or Sims 3 or something like that. I'll put a card in the top right, whatever side of the screen the right is on. A couple of days ago, I posted on my community tab post here on YouTube, what are some Sims 3 unpopular opinions? And I really wanted to get unpopular ones. I feel like there's a lot of them on my community tab post that are pretty popular opinions for The Sims 3. A lot of them were like, The Sims 3 isn't ugly, The Sims 3 is the most enjoyable. So I really tried to dig into these and pick out unpopular opinions. So the following opinions I have are ones that I think are truly unpopular in the Sims community. So let's get right into it. All right, so the first unpopular opinion I have here is from Obi-Wan Pierogi, love the name. Into the Future is a necessary pack for gameplay. It gives the engineer baby option at the hospital so gay couples can have children without needing a mod. Before I started using NROS, I'd use it all the time and I still do. This one really caught my eye. As a heavy NROS user myself, I never use Into the Future. Into the Future is the only pack, whenever I do a live stream using every single pack, it is the only pack I leave unchecked. I never use Into the Future, and I try to take away as like many expansion packs that I know I'm not going to use to hopefully prevent some game lag. Sims 3, I love you, but why are you like this? And I never really thought about this. I commonly say that Into the Future is my least favorite expansion pack. Like, I'm pretty sure that's a really popular opinion actually. Saying it is a necessary pack for gameplay and following it up by saying the engineer baby option is a really good way to have, you know, children in vanilla Sims 3 without needing mods. That is a really good way to defend your opinion. I have to kind of agree in this aspect. If you don't use mods, if you don't use NROS, needing to use that engineer baby option at the hospital is a really good point. But I gotta say, I might agree with this unpopular opinion that In the Future is a necessary pack, specifically for the engineer baby option. But would I spend $40 to engineer baby when I can get NROS mods for free? That is a little, that is one I'm still unsure on. So our next unpopular opinion here is by Emily, and Emily says The Sims 3 has a perfectly enjoyable base game. Unlike some installments of the series, you don't need every pack to enjoy it. I also don't mind the look of The Sims at all. I don't use much CAS, CC outside of a few converted clothes, and I think all of my Sims look quite nice on their own. So I kind of wanted to focus on the first half of this. The Sims 3 has a perfectly enjoyable base game, and you don't need every pack to enjoy it. This kind of goes against the last unpopular opinion where it was like Into the Future is necessary, but I agree with Emily. I really agree with this unpopular opinion. I think that The Sims 3 out of The Sims 2 and The Sims 4, and then I'm kind of excluding The Sims 1 out of this conversation, but I think The Sims 3 has the most content we've ever gotten in a base game. Sims 4 literally gave us crumbs, okay? Sims 2 she was like working her way up a little bit. Pleasant View and Strange Town are phenomenal. I'm gonna agree with this unpopular opinion. I think that The Sims 3 has a perfect base game. If we got that amount of content in every base game for every future Sims game, I think the game would not be as flawed as it currently is, i.e. Sims 4. I have to say, Sims 3 base game, out of all of the Sims 3 games, might be most valuable for its price point. Like, I would be perfectly fine paying $40, even $60 for Sims 3 base game, because I seriously think it's so worth it. I love the Sims 3 base game. I could really play it for weeks and weeks and not get bored with it. So my third unpopular opinion is Sims 3 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff is criminally underrated. I love 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff. Let's go and take a little look at 70s, 80s, and 90s stuff in The Sims. Okay, hello. I am greeted with a beautiful loading screen. Look how cute she is. I'm excited to see the little icons that start to drop here. Look at these little disco balls. You got like the grills, the boom box. This is cute. This loading screen is really cute, I will say. I'll give it that. I'll give it that. But let's see what it has to offer for CAS, because, you know, after all, it is a stuff pack. So I'm sorting hair currently. I'm gonna get rid of all my CC hair. Oh, there's 2 hairs for women. Okay, let's take a little look. What are you gonna be? That's interesting. All right, it's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. I feel like if I got a retexture for it, it probably would be very cute. This style for sure is timeless. Like, I feel like people wear this style right now. I think it looks adorable. Maybe with this hair is okay. Let's check out the other hair. Yeah, this is gonna be a no for me. This is gonna be a no for me. This gives me mullet. It's giving me Full House from this. See, that whole 80s time period. Yeah, that's what this is giving. Okay, so you know, let's put the cute hair on. All right, let's say, you know, maybe we want to use this. All right, let's go into makeup. Let's see if there's any new makeup. It looks like there are, holy shit, there's actually a lot of makeup that comes with this. All right, so we got this eye look, which is cute actually. This is really cute. Okay, I'm not mad at this eyeshadow. This is very usable. I assume if you were to go in and like change up the swatches and everything like that, I think it would be cute. You know, I think I could finesse a cute look with this eyeshadow. All right, let's take a little look at this one. David Bowie. They were definitely going for like a David Bowie sort of thing. I can't be mad. Love me some David Bowie. How about this one? All right, next we have this. Oh, this is kind of cute. This is also giving David Bowie. I must say, this is definitely my favorite. Like, this one's really cute, but there is one last one. So let's give this a little whirl. And you know what? Also, I'm not mad at this one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Kylie Jenner does a wing like this. This is a winged eyeshadow, and you put a piece of tape underneath your eye right here where she has that really harsh like cut. It's a cool look. It's a cool look. You know, I'm kind of surprised that they included that. That must have been like an 80s thing or something like that for them to have included it in this pack. Let's go into probably the thing that is going to be most important, clothing. Let's look at the clothing options. Let me just warn you guys, I love 80s and 90s fashion. I think it's really cute. It's really trendy. I'm looking through this here and we got so much female clothing for this pack. I'm fairly shocked. 3, 6, 9, 12 different outfits. All right, so this is the first one. This is really cute. I like this a lot. This is giving me disco, Saturday Night Fever kind of thing. I feel like this is what working women wore in the 80s, so I'm not mad at this one either. We also got the traditional 80s workout with the leg warmers and the crop top. I don't hate this. I feel like this is like necessary to include, though I must say I won't be using this because there's just not enough times in my Sims game where, unless I'm having like a really eccentric sim or like college student or something like that, that this would be usable for me. All right, next up we got this. This is cute. This is very functional for any sort of, it gives me mom vibes, to be honest with you. But yeah, this is definitely usable for like anybody. So I'm not mad at that one either. We got shoulder pads, which I should have expected. We got that lightning bolt again. It kind of reminds you like David Bowie sort of deal. This one I would not use. I'm not gonna lie. This one also would not use. This is giving me very Katy Perry sweet treats, which I don't have, and I do not have any interest in wanting or having. We also have this, which I love. This, the little suspenders, the high-rise shorts. This is so usable. This is really cute, and the textures on these outfits are actually not that bad. I mean, it gets a little blurry when you get a little bit close, but I'm just talking about mostly on these shorts here. They're really good textures, like just the detailing. You guys kind of see how at the midsection there, it kind of like comes down into like a triangle shape. Very nice textures. You got the rolled up on the ends, so very cute. Also, I can't ignore the checkerboard on her shorts. Super adorable. We also got more shoulder pads. This is definitely one I would not use at all. We got kind of like a zebra jacket sort of deal. I feel like this would be really cute if you could recolor. Yeah, see, like, okay, it looks tragic when you have the zebra jacket. I feel like with the other recolors, this is really cute, especially this yellow recolor right here. Very adorable. I like that. Okay, next up we have this, which yet another very usable. This is probably like the outfit that I've used the most out of this pack. I've used this one quite a lot in my own personal games ever since I was a kid. Oh yes, this is so cute. Look at this. This is contemporary. This is something that we wear nowadays and it looks great. I definitely love this one though. Like, this one's just really cute, and it looks like she's got some arcade game on her shirt, which is perfect. If you've ever seen Stranger Things, arcade games were very popular in the 80s. The last two, this one is kind of like a boho sort of thing, kind of gives me like art student in the 80s kind of thing, or even art student now. I feel like art kids would definitely wear this, and this is, you know, coming from someone who literally goes to an art school. And then the last one is very cute. This is definitely 70s. This is where that 70s style comes from. I've noticed they neglect the 70s a lot in this. For this being 70s, 80s and 90s, there's only like one 70s outfit. Maybe there's another. I guess this is 70s too. All right, 2 70s outfits out of all of these. They really are neglecting the 70s in this pack, which is interesting because it is a decades pack. They did not skimp. They did not skimp out on 80s and 90s. There is so much 80s and 90s clothing. Let's check if we got any shoes. And I think men got stuff too, but honestly, my men wear skinny jeans all the time, so I don't think I would really use anything. There's no shoes that come from this pack. Are you serious? No shoes. Okay, that's interesting. All right, now let's go into a household and let's take a little look at furniture pieces that come with this pack. Now let's sort this by 70s, 80s, and 90s, and I'm kind of sad to see that there's not a lot. So there are 31 objects total in this pack. We got this, which is, oh, this is a nice glass table. Okay, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. All right, we got that. Got this, which is a little side table. It kind of has that like garage, what is this called? Like metallic or metal like plating. It definitely looks like someone homemade this. That gives me homemade vibes. I've got an ottoman, which is looking very square. It's definitely giving 70s though. It's serving 70s. Got this, which is once again that lightning bolt, that kind of like David Bowie thing they have going on in this pack. We also have this chair, which is kind of, it's different. It kind of reminds you of like those paper cups from the 80s. You guys know what I'm talking about. We have this chair. We have this chair. Lots of chairs and sofas, that sort of thing. We have a lounger. These two go together for sure. I'm not liking the furniture. I'm more impressed, honestly, by the cast. I mean, this is cool. Okay, this is cool. This is when I'm starting to be intrigued. You know why I like this a lot? It's because it has all of these DVDs and that sort of thing. It definitely looks like it's used in like People Live Here, which I like a lot. I like objects that look like People Live Here and families use this. That's, yeah, okay, this one I'm a fan of, but I really haven't seen anything else that I'm really that into. I mean, arcade machine is cool. Okay, the arcade machine is kind of a serve. This is cool too. This foosball table, this is the second thing that I like from this pack. I like the glow. It reminds me of like Cosmic Bowling, if you guys have ever done Cosmic Bowling. We have a dance floor. Yeah, this gives me Sims 4 like get together sort of vibes with a dance floor. We have yet another kind of like David Bowie guitar over here. What is this? Oh, a lamp. Very nice. Got like cones hanging off of it. We also have a neon sign. Oh my god, what would in 70s, 80s, and 90s pack be without a neon sign? That was a really good addition. I was kind of like, are they gonna have a neon sign, or what's gonna happen here? Yeah, that's really cool. I like that a lot. That's a cool neon sign. I won't even lie. Definitely usable. And I like how they don't have like any text or anything. It's kind of like just like a squiggle. I like when they do that because it can be used for anything. You know, it could be used for a bowling alley, could be used for like a bar, you know, multifunctional. I like that. We also have a hanging plant, which I'm gonna see if I can place down with move objects on. There we go. She's very cute, actually. This hanging plant, totally functional. Definitely would use this. I can 100% see myself using this. We have yet another plant, yet another very functional plant, actually. It looks very cute. Gives me very sterile lobby sort of vibes. We have yet another painting here. Very cool. We have this one, which I use so much. This is actually parodying an artist called Keith Haring, who was very prominent in the 80s, and he unfortunately died of AIDS. His art had this really signature sort of style, so that's what that is alluding to. And I actually really appreciate that they kind of made a nod to Keith Haring. That's amazing. We have this, which is a very classy photo of someone clearly dressed in 80s clothing. That's cool. I like that. We have this, which goes with the dance floor. I mean, that's cool. I guess that's cool. I can imagine like a bar. If you were to make a bar in The Sims 3, you could kind of like cover the walls with these. That would be amazing. That would look so cool. I'm just like doing it right here, and I'm actually really enthralled. Oh, we got a disco ball. Yes, this is totally necessary. This is a necessity. I'm gonna turn it to nighttime to see if we can kind of get that like, you know, 80s sort of disco. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. I'm actually not hating the build mode for this anymore. Oh, we have another little, what is this? A little globe or something? Can I use this? What does this do? Oh, it's just a decor object. Oh, look at the dance floor. I didn't know the dance floor flashes. That's cool. Last three things. We have a shelf, which has that metallic sort of metal look, homemade look. Once again, we have a door arch, which is strange that they included this. I guess because it has these accents on it. That could be why they put it in here. And then we also have a hovering fireplace. Wow, this gives me like Fallout or vibes, where like all the furniture is in the past, but the game like takes place in the future. I don't know. It's interesting. All in all, I liked the cast more. Let me go back to the unpopular opinion. So the unpopular opinion originally was Sims 3 70s, 80s, and 90s is criminally underrated. After going through all the objects, all of the cast stuff, I'm gonna disagree with this. I think that you can get so much better stuff for the same exact price. A lot of the build mode objects I feel like in this pack are not really usable. The hairstyles, only one of them is good. And I didn't look at the male stuff. Granted, I didn't look at the male stuff. Okay, so for females, if you're playing for females, I guess I have to rule out, you know, I don't know what's out there for the men. But usually the females in these kind of packs always get treated better. In the entire Sims game, they always get treated better for clothes, hairstyles, shoes, all that sort of stuff. The Sims games usually caters to females female clothing and hair. Does that make sense? So I can't imagine what it's like for men. I'm sure it's not much better, but for at least for the females, there's only one usable hair. There's only a couple clothing things I would use here and there. I feel like the strongest point of this pack is the clothing, and even then I still had a couple of pieces where I was like, yeah, I probably won't use that. So I'm gonna disagree with you, Mr. Yes sir, it's true. The name is kind of ironic that I'm disagreeing with their points, but no, I think 70s, 80s, and 90s, I think everyone treats her the way she should be treated. I think she's not that great, she's not that bad, she's somewhere in the middle. That's my consensus. That's my final say. I want you guys to marvel at this loading screen. Please marvel at her. Such a beautiful loading screen. This is gonna bring us into our next unpopular opinion. However, Zebra Print writes, Bridgeport is the worst world in The Sims 3. If you guys have seen my tier ranking video of all the Sims 3 worlds, I'll leave a card in the top right. You know why this pains me. They continue to write, while I love the things that came with late night, like the clothing and new lot types, the routing is so bad in that world and I can't deal with it. The subways and elevators are also super slow as well, so my sim usually takes forever to get places. Now, I'm gonna load it to Bridgeport right now, and spoiler alert if you haven't seen my tier ranking video, I'm about to spoil it. Bridgeport is one of my favorite worlds. I think I had it at the very, very top, like above Sunset Valley, above Lucky Palms, like my absolute favorite world in the entire Sims 3 game. I'm glad that you at least acknowledge the clothing and the lot types are great. I mean, Late Night has really good heels. Have you guys ever seen the heels in Late Night? I use them all the time. Oh my god, here she is. She's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful world, seriously. My favorite thing about this world, I think, is like this hillside area over here, and then you have this more metropolitan area down here. Oh, look at this little, oh, we're flying through the bridge. So cool. It's such a cool flyover. I love the flyovers in The Sims. They're so cool. It like sets up the world, kind of gives me like nostalgic vibes. Now I'm going to pick any household. Let's just pick Polly Maloney. I think her name is Polly. Is it Polly? I'm pretty sure it's Polly. Polly here, please ignore her hair. I have a default hair replacement. She is going to take the elevator right now, and we will truly see how long it takes her to go in this elevator. All right, so it's 8:29 sim time right now. Let's see how long it takes her. And I know, like, once your game gets laggier, this interaction right here takes a lot longer. So it's now 8:38. It took her almost 9 minutes. What we say 8:29 before, it took her 9 minutes to get through the elevator. So I do agree, this is even worse if you are like playing this game for several weeks at a time, because things tend to get really laggy. I can understand your unpopular opinion. Yeah, also another problem, if you guys don't know, this is like one of the most populous worlds in the entire Sims 3. There's so many Sims that live here. There's so many service Sims because there's so many bars. I'm getting 2,000 NROS Overwatch notifications. Kind of love that. My recommendation to you guys, if you really did want to play this world, I would recommend getting Ella Charmed's Fixed World. I don't know, there's not much you can do. This is like the most populous world in the entire Sims 3 game, so I understand. You know, I can see where you're coming from, but I'm gonna disagree with you. All right, the next unpopular opinion is the fairies were trash for me, and this is talking about the Sims 3 Supernatural. I love to play fairies. When we did the Supernatural expansion pack for my Leprosy, I think they were one of the more fun occults for me, and even just thinking about occults generally in The Sims 3, I think fairies, I really do love to play them. They gain gardening skill faster. They have like cute little fairy wings, and the toddlers have this idle animation where they hover off the ground a little bit with their wings, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I also think that the little fairy house that they are able to use is a really cute item, and I love that they can like have other fairies go in there. Also, I think non-fairy Sims can woohoo in there. I think that is a possibility to have non-fairy Sims woohoo with a fairy in the fairy treehouse. It's very cute. It's a very cute little place where they can hang out, and I feel like it kind of gives them that little space in the world where they can kind of just be themselves, you know, be to themselves, be with other fairies, that sort of thing. I think the Arbitorium too is meant for fairies from Moonlight Falls in The Sims 3, and there you can enter gardening competitions. I think inactive fairies in your town are automatically drawn to that lot, and that's kind of like a lot meant for fairies. So that's to say, I don't think the fairies are trash. I think there's definitely worse occults faults in The Sims 3. I think vampires are a little half-baked. I think that EA realized that they kind of did vampires dirty in The Sims 3 Late Night, and there's not much you can do with them. So then they tried to improve on them in The Sims 3 Supernatural. And even then, I feel like vampires are still kind of boring. I like the approach The Sims 4 takes to fairies, actually, where there's kind of like a tree, and then you have to like make and improve your vampire to get better attributes, I guess so to say, better stats for your vampire. There's actually like a goal to being a vampire in The Sims 4, whereas in like Sims 3, I feel like they kind of fucked up with Sims 3 Late Night, so they kind of tried to improve on them in The Sims 3 Supernatural, and that still didn't work. So I'm going to disagree. I don't think that the fairies are trash. There's a lot of things you can do with them. I think that they have really valuable assets, especially learning gardening skill faster. You can make a lot of money off of gardening with fairies, and especially entering those gardening competitions at the Arbitorium in Moonlight Falls. So yeah, I'm gonna disagree. I think there's worse occults in The Sims 3. So the sixth unpopular opinion is I don't think we need open worlds to have a complete experience with a simulation game. The Sims 2 is here to prove. Open worlds are responsible for most, if not all, lag of The Sims 3. I'm gonna right off the bat, I'm gonna disagree with this. I mean, Sims 2, don't get me wrong. I literally play Sims 2 on my channel. Like, I don't have beef with Sims 2. Sims 2 stands, please don't come for me. I really do love the game. I feel like when you play Sims 2 and you play Sims 3, you get a totally different experience. Something I love about The Sims 3 is I can send my sim to a park, like just a public park during the day, and there will be sims going to City Hall, the bookstore, the grocery store. I love that. The world feels so alive in The Sims 3 because every single sim in town has something that they're doing at that time. And I guess you could say the same thing for The Sims 2. If you go to a park in The Sims 2, there's obviously going to be other sims that are pulled to that lot, but I feel like it's different. I love being able to see sims drive around town, and it feels like every move that sims make in The Sims 3 have a motive, have things that they need to do, things that they need to get done in their day, like errands that they need to run. And I feel like these are the most alive sims have felt for that specific reason. Everyone feels like they have something in their lives that they need to do, or, you know, not even in their lives in general, just for that day. When sims are driving around town needing to do stuff, it definitely feels more alive than, say, you know, when you're playing The Sims 2, you have sims occasionally strolling past your house. I don't know how to explain it. It's just different. I like kind of the off-guard aspect of The Sims 3. When I send my sim to that public park, I don't know who's gonna be there on that day, right? However, I do agree with you. There's a lot of lag that comes with the game needing to account for all of those Sims' actions in The Sims 2. Like, the entire town has to be accounted for. Every movement they make, every step that they make, the places that they go, the cars that they drive. The game has to kind of make room for all of those Sims to account what they're doing, and a lot of lag does stem from that. Something else I love about The Sims 3 is I can visit my neighbor's house. In The Sims 2, you cannot visit your neighbor's house without the use of mods, which is super strange. Like, if I'm playing Darren Dreamer and I want to go visit Don Lothario's house, I can't do that because you can't visit other active families that you're playing in The Sims 2, which is really weird. I definitely feel like The Sims 3 feels the most alive for that reason. People are always doing things, they have to get shit done. The Sims 2, it definitely feels like sims are just being pulled to that lot for the sole reason that they need to be there to, like, kind of converse with your sim. Does that make sense? Like, it feels like they kind of are like motiveless when they're pulled to a public lot in The Sims 2 versus when they're pulled to a public lot in The Sims 3. I am gonna disagree with this one. I feel like an open world is like the next step, and I think that The Sims 5 needs to have an open world to kind of like harness some of that Sims 3 aura, that Sims 3 energy. And I think that open world is the most alive that The Sims have ever felt. So I'm gonna disagree with this one. I feel like this is probably the most controversial one. Next up, we have the seventh unpopular opinion, and it is I like The Sims 3 base game clothes and hair unironically. Oh boy, this is going places. I don't understand why people say they're ugly. I have no CC in my Sims 3 game, but I have loads in The Sims 4 because the clothing in that game is horrible compared to The Sims 3. I'm gonna load into a household right now, and I'm gonna show you guys why I have a big gripe with The Sims 3. Now, let me preface this by saying I think in the later entries into The Sims 3 franchise, I think that the clothing got really good. I noticed it start happening with Supernatural. I think by the time The Sims 3 Supernatural rolled around, clothing and hair got really good, but I feel like they had not worked up to that point by like Late Night or Ambitions or even base game. Like I feel like base game clothing, she's looking a little rough. I am so against Sims 3 base game hair that I actually have gone ahead and default replaced most of it. If you guys don't know what default replacing hair is in the Sims 3, basically it takes the original hair and replaces it with one of my CC replacement hairs. I don't know how to explain it. I'll put a card in the top right of where I get these from and how to put them in your game. I actually did like a video on it, and you can just go to the timestamp and see how to do it. But for the most part, I've replaced all of it. Now, I do have some that are unreplaced like this. I personally feel like the texture on these, especially when you go like this, like what is this front part right here? This texture looks super stretched to me. And of course, I feel like we've gotten better hairs as expansion packs gone on. I didn't want to remove my CC out of my game because I know it's going to take me a year to load back into the game. So we're kind of just combing through, seeing if we can find some base game hair. I've done a pretty good job at replacing all of it though, so I apologize. Here we go. Here's some lovely base game hair. Okay, it looks greasy. It looks super shiny. It looks like it's hairsprayed in place. That's why I don't like base game hair. This looks unarguably awful. It looks like a shape. Why is her hair a square shape? Do you guys see all these shapes right here? And I have the same problem with Sims Restore hair, which is why I really tried to weed Sims Restore hair out of my game, because I think it looks so bad. It is so stiff. This just looks bad. So I'm definitely going to disagree with this opinion. I do not like base game hair. I cannot stand it. Like, what is this? This defies gravity. What the fuck? So this top right here is kind of what instantly came to my mind. These two. So if you zoom in really close to this texture, do you guys see how blurry and grainy that is? Now this mostly happens, I feel like, with the earlier clothes in the series. I feel like the later clothes were really not this bad. The textures on these are unarguably trash. Like they could have done so much better, and they did get better. Don't get me wrong. They did get better as games went on. That's why I said earlier that by the time Supernatural came around, they really honed a style, and the textures really don't look as bad as these ones look. Also, this game was made when low-rise jeans were all the rage. As a result, 90% of my Sims had their butt cracks hanging out because I have skin replacements. These are like the ones I use the most out of base game. If like I need to, if I desperately need to, I will use these skinny jeans. I hate the ends here. I hate how they're not cuffed. These ones are like the most awful jeans I have seen. Do you guys see how the top of her butt crack is hanging out? Here's some more awful low-riseness. Oh, these are the worst. These ones are cute though. I feel like these are good like business slacks. This skirt is really bad. The texture on it, it's like all one texture. It has no really like separate layers to it. I think this one is a true unpopular opinion because I find base game Sims 3 clothing repulsive. Repulsive. But I do think that the clothes got better later, so I'm going to heavily disagree with this unpopular opinion. All right, now the last unpopular opinion. This one I feel like, I don't know if this person was trolling, but here we go. Opinion number 8. Sims 3 is the worst Sims game. Now, I play solely Sims 3 on my channel. I mean, I play Sims 2 every now and then. Like, you can't just say that and not follow it up. Why is the Sims 3 the worst game? Now, I picked this comment because I think it's gonna be like one of 3 things. I think it's either A, it's really laggy, B, it takes a year to load into the game, C, it's really laggy. Do you guys notice, this side note, do you guys notice that the only critique people usually have for the Sims 3 is it's laggy and it runs like shit? The fact that this game is so good that they can't even say the gameplay is lacking, the cast is lacking, the inclusivity is lacking. They go for like the low blows with like the lag spikes and like the freezing. You guys really don't have anything else to say about the game, so you just go for the easy hits, really. My thing about people saying that it's laggy, The Sims 4, even on high-end computers, you still get that simulation lag where the Sims will literally sit there for hours and hours and hours on end. If you don't have that simulation lag fix mod, it is really a tragic time for you because you're gonna be waiting for hours for your Sim to move. So even a game that is like modern, like a modern Sims game, doesn't run good. The Sims 2, I feel like runs the best. If you apply all the Sims 2 fixes to get the game running in the first place, it really runs great. Sims 2 runs great, to be honest with you. I don't know how Sims 4 copied like the same style as Sims 2, where, you know, when you're loaded into your house, you just see your house. You don't have like an open world around you, right? So I don't know how they copied that formula from Sims 2 and Sims 4, and the game still runs laggy. Like, I have no idea. I don't know what to say to this person saying the Sims 3 is the worst game. I'm kind of just like, okay, follow it up with some reasons why. You can't just say stuff like that and not tell me why. That is a truly unpopular opinion. That, you know what, that might be the biggest unpopular opinion in this entire video. I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, guys, I am going to end this video right here. If you would like to go through all the other unpopular opinions that were not included in this video, I will leave a link in the description box below where you can go and comb through. I got like 120 responses, so I couldn't include everyone, so I picked like the 8 that I thought were truly unpopular opinions and the ones that got like the most thumbs up and like comments responding to it. So I would love to do another one of these unpopular opinions and maybe go through like 8 more that were in the comment section. That is it for me though, so I hope you guys did enjoy this video and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace out, guys.